Please subscribe this channel and click the bell icon. What's the quality eating regimen for healthful weight reduction? Choose up any weight loss program guide and it is going to claim to preserve all the solutions to efficiently dropping the entire weight you need and maintaining it off. Some declare the secrets to consume less and recreation extra, others that low fat is the one option to go, even as others prescribe reducing out carbs. So, what should you suppose? In actual fact, there is not any one measurement suits all technique to everlasting healthful weight loss. What works for one man or woman would possibly not work for you, for the reason that our bodies reply otherwise to specific meals, depending on genetics and other health motives. To seek out the method of weight loss that's proper for you will likely take time and require persistence, commitment, and a few experimentation with exclusive foods and diets. Even as some men and women respond well to counting calories or in identical restrictive ways, others reply better to having extra freedom in planning their weight loss programs. Being free to easily hinder fried foods or cut back on sophisticated carbs can set them up for fulfillment. So, don't get too discouraged if a food regimen that worked for a person else doesn't give you the results you want. And don't beat yourself up if a weight loss program proves too restrictive so that you can persist with. Finally, a food plan is most effective correct for you if it's one which you could stick with over time. Consider, at the same time, there's no handy repair to shedding pounds. There are plenty of steps which you can take to strengthen a healthier relationship with food, curb emotional triggers to overeating, and gain a healthful weight. 4 well-known weight loss systems. 1. Reduce energy. Some experts think that successfully managing your weight comes down to a simple equation: if you devour fewer calories than you burn, you drop a few pounds. Sounds easy, proper. Then why is shedding weight so rough? Weight loss isn't a linear occasion over time. When you reduce energy, you may also drop weight for the primary few weeks, for instance, and then anything alterations. You devour the same quantity of calories, however you lose less weight or no weight in any respect. That's due to the fact whilst you shed pounds you're dropping water and lean tissue as well as fat, your metabolism slows, and your body changes in different approaches. So as to proceed shedding weight each week, you have to continue chopping calories. A calorie isn't normally a calorie. Eating 100 energy of high fructose corn syrup, for example, can have an extra influence for your body than consuming 100 energy of broccoli. The trick for sustained weight reduction is to ditch the foods which can be packed with calories but don't make you believe full, like sweet, and exchange them with meals that fill you up without being loaded with calories, like veggies. Many of us don't consistently consume with no trouble to fulfill starvation. We also flip to meals for remedy or to alleviate stress, which can rapidly derail any weight reduction plan. 2. Cut carbs. An extra means of viewing weight loss identifies the crisis as no longer one of consuming too many calories, but as an alternative the way the physique accumulates fats after ingesting carbohydrates, in specific the role of the hormone insulin. When you devour a meal, carbohydrates from the meals enter your bloodstream as glucose. With a view to hold your blood sugar stages in excess, your body continuously burns off this glucose before it burns off fat from a meal. If you devour a carbohydrate-rich meal, tons of pasta, rice, bread, or French fries, for instance, your physique releases insulin to help with the influx of all this glucose into your blood. As good as regulating blood sugar phases, insulin does 2 matters. It prevents your fat cells from releasing fats for the body to burn as gas, considering its precedence is to burn off the glucose, and it creates extra fat cells for storing the whole thing that your body can't burn off. The result is that you simply attain weight and your physique now requires extra gasoline to burn, so you eat extra. On the grounds that insulin only burns carbohydrates, you crave carbs and so begin a vicious cycle of consuming carbs and gaining weight. To lose weight, the reasoning goes, you must smash this cycle by decreasing carbs. Most low-carb diets advocate exchanging carbs with protein and fats, which could have some bad lengthy-term results in your health. If you happen to do or attempting a low-carb weight reduction plan, you could lower your risks and limit your intake of saturated and trans fat by way of identifying lean meats, fish and vegetarian sources of protein, low-fat dairy merchandise, and eating plenty of leafy green and non-starchy greens. 3. Cut fat. It's a mainstay of many diets. When you don't need to get fats, don't consume fats. Stroll down any grocery store aisle and you'll be bombarded with reduced fat snacks, dairy, and packaged foods. But whilst our low-fats options have exploded, so have weight problems premiums. So, why haven't low-fats diets labored for more of us? No longer all fats are unhealthy. Healthful or just right fats can clearly help to control your weight, as good as manipulate your moods and battle fatigue. Unsaturated fats discovered in avocados, nuts, seeds, soy milk, tofu, and fatty fish can fill you up, while including just a little tasty olive oil to a plate of vegetables, for example, can make it less difficult to consume healthful food and make stronger the total grade of your food regimen. We almost always make the fallacious exchange-offs. Many of us make the error of swapping fats for the empty calories of sugar and subtle carbohydrates. Rather of consuming entire fat yogurt, for instance, we eat low or no fat types which are full of sugar to make up for the lack of taste. Or we swap our fatty breakfast Baron-Ferrella for a muffin or donut that factors speedy spikes in blood sugar. 4. Comply with the Mediterranean Weight Reduction Plan. The Mediterranean Weight Reduction Plan emphasizes consuming just right fat and excellent carbs together with massive portions of contemporary fruits and vegetables, nuts, fish, and olive oil, and handiest modest amounts of meat and cheese. The Mediterranean weight loss plan is greater than merely meals, although regular physical activity and sharing foods with others are additionally foremost add-ons.